your home for top value architectural lighting and infrared heating since 1989. We're located in Richmond Hill, Ontario. That's 45 minutes north of Toronto in a 200,000 square foot facility with about 100 full-time employees. Before we get to our feature presentation, which is our 1-inch aperture recessed collections, we just want to take a minute to provide a brief company overview. Just a little bit about our brands, product categories, and channels to market. We feature 4 brands. Our first brand would be our Eurofase brand. That's where you're going to find all our decorative product offering. We have a Eurofase architectural. This is our technical categories, such as recessed, track, and linear lighting, but the premium versions of these products. And we have Eurofase heating, which is our infrared heating line. And lastly, we have Eurofase function. These are our technical product categories, again, track, recess, linear, etc., but the affordable day-to-day versions of these products. For product categories, we have quite a bit. Product diversity is one of our strengths. Over 20 categories: chandeliers, recess, heating, pendant, wall mount, you name it. In total, we have over 3,000 products, 1,100 decorative, over 20 architectural product families. Each of these families, when you combine the ordering options, have hundreds of thousands of different ordering options to customize, almost 400 heating products and over 300 functional technical products ready to ship. Lastly, our channels to market would include the lighting showroom, electrical distribution, e-com, and home improvement channels. Now we're just going to take a quick second to jump on our website to show you. If you have an extra screen and you're following along, you can get probably a lot more out of the presentation. Basically, if you go to Eurofase.com, we'll just back out a bit for you to show you where you'd be starting from. So Eurofase.com, and you scroll down just a little bit. Those are the 4 brands that I was talking about. If you click on architectural, once you get into architectural, you're into the right brand and products recessed. It's lagging a bit. And this is where you're going to find our recessed collections, including the 2 we'll talk about today: Baby Tango, which you just saw, and Baby Oscar. All right, now we'll go back to the presentation. All right, since the introduction of integrated LED lighting, the push has been on to develop smaller, brighter lighting products. For the recess category, that technology has settled on a 1-inch aperture. 1 inch is the smallest light available that can be used for general lighting. There's only a handful of manufacturers who have this type of product, and we, Eurofase, have a comprehensive assortment that we offer at accessible prices. The main advantages to our 1-inch recess program include the minimalistic design. These fixtures are aesthetically appealing and trendy to designers. Also, their small form factor and remote driver allows for them to be used in small spaces where precise lighting is required. Lastly, these work well in conjunction with our larger versions of these fixtures that you'd find in our recess collections, going all the way up to 4 inches to complete an entire collection. All right, so now we're going to get into the attributes common to both collections, the Baby Tango and the Baby Oscar, with regards to structure and design. First off, the ultra minimal 1-inch aperture. Again, this is a trendy form factor or size that's gaining more and more popularity with the design community. The construction is, these fixtures are made, the heatsink is made of die-cast aluminum, and the actual trims are powder coat finished. The regress light module allows for reduced glare and a cleaner, more comfortable beam. There's 2 installation types available: traditional trimmed installation and trimless installation. So trimless fixtures come with a trimless mesh plate. They're very easy to install. They're sold in remodeled design, so pretty much you're just cutting a hole and installing the fixture. New construction plates and IC boxes, which we'll talk about later, are sold as accessories. And lastly, again, these are designed to mix seamlessly with the larger versions of these products. So if you have a house with a 20-foot ceiling or 30-foot ceiling, you could be using the larger version of these fixtures. And when you get into the lower ceiling areas or the niche areas, you would use the baby series and still achieve uniformity throughout the space. Right now for the functional attributes, as you can see, this is a 5-piece assembly. At the top, we have what we refer to in the industry as the light engine. The light engine has a heat sink on the back designed to dissipate the heat. And inside, you're going to find a modern Cree chip, which is going to emit the light. After that, the second piece would be a TIR optic, which controls the quality of the light and the angle of the light. Lastly, we have a gasket, and that's important when it comes to the baby Oscar. This small light is wet listed and can be used in a wet environment, such as a shower. Then we have a lens or a diffuser, which controls the effect of the light that's coming out. And lastly, we have a baffle or a trim. So that would be either a trim or a trimless mesh plate, depending on the installation type that you pick. So after that, you have a power supply that's remote because the power supply wouldn't fit in the size hole of these small fixtures that they're offered in. So that power supply is mounted remotely. More on that in a second. All right, so now to the two product families themselves and their key differences. First off, on the left-hand side, you have the Baby Oscar. Baby Oscar is sold in a one light configuration. You can either have a one light round or a one light square body. There's 3 light module options that are available. A fixed, which is known as the general downlight, an adjustable, where you can adjust it's actually rear adjustable, where you can adjust the angle of the light from 10 to 30 degrees. And lastly, you have a wall wash option. The main feature of the Baby Oscar, or what makes it different from the Baby Tango, is its ultra thin flange around the outside and its ultra regress module. It makes it ideal for general and vertical illumination. All right, next we have our Baby Tango family, which is available in three different sizes. You have a 1 light, which is available round or square, and then you have a 2 light or a 3 light, which we refer to as multiples. For light module options, there's only one. It's a regress gimbal module that tilts 30 degrees. The Baby Tango is known predominantly for its modern trim-on-trim design, so double trim looking up. And then also the multiples have a closed back faceplate, which is an ultra-modern look, so you cannot see inside the back of the fixture. These are designed for general lighting as well as precision aiming and accent lighting. Now, just to take a look at the two fixtures side by side, just to show a slight size difference here. You have the Baby Tango, which I'm going to put on my left-hand side, and then a Baby Oscar to the right. If you look at the line art, the Baby Tango, the OD, outer dimension, 2 3/8, and on the Baby Oscar, the round OD, 1.5 inches, and on the square, 2 inches. So you see the Baby Tango is slightly larger than the Baby Oscar. Both have under 1 inch light apertures. All right, any model you pick when you go on our website or when you get onto our spec sheets, you have multiple ordering options to customize your light. So first off, you're going to have, when in the case of the Baby Tango, 3 shapes to pick from: a round, a square, and a rectangle. Baby Oscar would only have the round or the square. For installation types, we have a traditional trim installation and trimless for drywall ceiling. For beam angles available, we have a narrow to a flood, 15 degree, 24 degree, 38 degree, and 50 degree. When it comes to power options, you have a 5-watt 300 milliamp, which is IC rated, which delivers roughly 400 lumens, and then a 10-watt non-IC option, which delivers 800 lumens. For finishes, both families are standard in white and black, and are also can be paint can be customized, or finish can be customized. Sorry, we work off the RAL color chart to identify color selections. For color temperature, for hospitality, residential, we offer 2700K, 3000K. More commercial, we offer 3500K, and also dim to warm, which starts at 3000K and dims down to 1800K. Lastly, for diffuser options, we have a total of four. The clear lens or clear diffuser is the most popular, which emits the maximum amount of light possible. We also have a honeycomb, which reduces the glare and creates a focus, precise illumination. We also have a frosted lens, which diffuses or softens the light rays. And lastly, we have a Solite lens, which softens the beam edges, and maintains high transmission. Okay, so now onto the remote drivers. As mentioned earlier, these fixtures are too small to have one driver each. So it's a remote driver that powers 1 to 3 fixtures. These drivers are triac, ELV, or 0 to 10 volt ready, maximum 40 watts. Again, they power 1 to 3 lights, and the drivers can be placed up to 90 feet away. So you can have 90 feet from where you place your driver to your last light on the line, and that's tested using 18 gauge wire. These drivers come complete with a 5-year warranty. As you can see for the size, they're about 7.5 inches by 4 inches. All right, on to accessories. We offer, again, the fixtures, simple installation. They're remodel design. You cut a hole and you install them. If you wish to install a new construction plate before the ceiling is finished, we offer that as an accessory on the bottom of the spec sheet. And we also have IC boxes when you're using a non-IC fixture, and the fixture will come in within 3 inches of insulation in the ceiling. Again, not required, but sold as accessories. Lastly, we have an emergency microinverter. This is when you want to put a certain amount, when you want to put some lights onto an emergency circuit. So this micro inverter can run multiple drivers and multiple lights on the emergency circuit. It's sold as an accessory when it's required. All right, so now on to a little bit of photometry. If you're not dealing with this every day, this is just kind of high level overview to show you the performance of the light. So photometry, this is a technical document, essentially a test report showing the light fixtures distribution. So we're showing two lights here. On the left-hand side, we have a baby Tango, and on the right-hand side, we have a baby Oscar. Both are the 10-watt variety with the medium 24-degree beam angle. So if you go to the baby Tango at the center at the top, on the left-hand side, you see the foot candles that are created. Those are basically a reference to the amount of light that's being produced. So if you go on the left-hand side, right, so now we're looking at the baby Tango. If you take, for example, the 10-foot mark, it's showing you that the baby Tango 10-watt medium beam is producing 22 foot candles on the edges and 32 foot candles at the center. For reference, a home, for example, most areas require 10 to 20 foot candles. So if you look on the right-hand side as well of the chart, this is the spread, on the baby Tango side. So at 10 feet, using a medium beam, your light carries 4.89 feet across. So roughly 5 foot spread. So this is how you determine at what ceiling height, how far to space your lights. Now, basically, when you go to the baby Oscar photometry, you'll see a slightly lower performance, a little bit less foot candles. That's because the light module is a little bit more regressed in the baby Oscar, so it's reducing the light, but also reducing the glare as well. All right, for practical uses, high-end homes would be one used for general lighting up to a 10-foot ceiling. You have under cabinet lighting in high-end homes, fireplaces, bars. In commercial installations, modern offices can use these. We just did a job recently for a high-end condo, 140 units, which each had their own wine display. That's where these lights were used there. Also niche lighting, display cases, shelving, fireplace niche, which I mentioned earlier. There are tons of different applications where you can use these small lights that have precise lighting control. All right, so this is the part where we turn it over to the audience to see if there's any questions. Chris?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Matt. Yeah, no questions came in the Q&A over the course of the webinar, but what I will say is, especially here in the West Coast, what we're hearing from our designers is more of like a they're looking for smaller and smaller apertures in their lighting design. They're looking for quiet ceilings, and what you presented today definitely fits their vision. So I want to appreciate you guys taking the time to do that.